You ever walk into a small home that just feels huge? It's not magic, it's engineering. So today, we're going to pull back the drywall and reveal the design secrets that really make these compact homes live large. All right, let's get into it.
The first thing we have to do is kind of shift our mindset. We need to stop seeing small homes as some kind of compromise. Instead, let's see them for what they really are: high performance, precision engineered machines for living. It's not about having less space, it's all about having smarter space.
So, this is the big question, right? How do you actually do it? How do you unlock that amazing feeling of spaciousness? Well, the answer isn't just about clever furniture or picking the right paint color, though, yeah, those things definitely help. It really starts much, much deeper than that. So think of this as a journey. We're going to explore the anatomy of a smartly designed home. We're going to look at its bones, its functional guts, and even its engine and its skin, just to see how it all works together to create something amazing. Okay, first up, the skeleton. The real feeling of openness doesn't come from just knocking out a wall. Nope, it comes from an intelligently engineered frame that was designed for space from the very beginning.
I mean, who doesn't love that open concept feel, right? Being in the kitchen and seeing straight through to the living room. It's fantastic. But here's the thing: gravity is still a thing. When you take out a load-bearing wall, all that weight from the roof, maybe a second floor, even a heavy snow, it still needs a path to get to the ground.
So how do we deal with that? Well, traditionally, builders would just nail a few boards together. And that's fine for, say, a doorway. But for a huge 20-foot span, it would sag. It's just not strong enough. The modern solution is laminated veneer lumber, or LVL. Think of it like super strong plywood, just pressed under incredible heat and pressure. It's twice as strong, perfectly straight, and it lets us create these massive, column-free rooms that make a small home feel absolutely enormous. Now, here's the really crucial part. When you use a powerful LVL beam to open everything up, you're gathering all that weight from the roof and you're concentrating it on just a couple of spots at each end. These are called point loads. It's kind of like trying to hold a super heavy barbell while you're standing on soft mud. You just sink right in. Same idea applies to your house. So this is how the engineers handle that massive weight. They trace a continuous path for the load all the way to the earth. The weight goes from that beam, down a post, through solid blocking in the floor so nothing gets crushed, and then finally down to a big, wide concrete footing that spreads that load safely into the ground. This is that invisible engineering that keeps your open concept dream from turning into a structural nightmare. All right, so we've got the strong bones in place. Let's move inside. Smart design is absolutely obsessed with function. It's all about turning every single square inch of the interior into a useful, working part of the home. First, let's just rethink what a room is. In a smaller home, a spare bedroom that just sits there empty most of the year, that's wasted space. So what we do is we create a flex room, a space that's designed to do more than one thing. Think about it, a room that's a fully functional home office by day, but then, bam, a Murphy bed folds out of the wall and it instantly becomes a comfortable guest room at night. You're basically getting two rooms for the price of one. The biggest fear people have when they downsize is storage. Where will all my stuff go? But smart design is amazing at conquering dead space. Those awkward unused areas. That weird triangle under the stairs, now it's a pantry with pull-out drawers. The dining nook, a built-in banquette saves floor space and hides storage inside the seats. Even the bed frame can have drawers built right into the base. Suddenly, every empty void is an opportunity. And this is the rule to live by when you're furnishing the place. Your coffee table, it better have a lift top so you can work on it. Your ottoman, it should open up to store blankets. Every single piece of furniture has to earn its spot by doing at least two things. It's a simple rule, but it is so powerful. Now for the fun stuff. Let's talk about the home's engine, its mechanical systems, and its skin, the surfaces that can actually trick our eyes into seeing more space. This is where comfort meets psychology. So here's a really common trap people fall into. They put a huge, oversized air conditioner in a small, efficient home. It blasts cold air, the room gets cold in 5 minutes, and it shuts off. Job done, right? Nope. That's called short cycling. And here's the catch. An AC unit needs to run for about 15 minutes to actually pull the humidity out of the air. When it short cycles, you get a room that feels cold, sure, but also kind of damp and sticky. And that is the perfect recipe for mold. This smart solution isn't about brute force. It's about finesse. Systems like mini splits or variable speed heat pumps, they run longer, but at a very low, quiet speed.
What this does is it keeps the temperature perfectly steady while constantly wringing that moisture out of the air. The result is a home that's not just cool, but actually comfortable and healthy to live in.
So beyond the hardware, we can use some simple psychology. Dark colors, they feel like they're coming toward you, right? They make a space feel cozier, or sometimes just plain smaller. But light, what we call receding colors, like soft grays, light blues, they do the exact opposite. They seem to move away from you, which makes the walls feel a lot further away than they actually are.
And here is a fantastic pro tip that you can use anywhere. If you paint your trim a different color from the wall, your eye automatically stops at the edge of the wall. But if you paint the trim the exact same color as the wall, you blur that boundary. It's a simple trick, but it fools your brain, and the room feels like it just keeps on going. It's awesome.
So, we've looked at the bones, the function, the systems, but why does any of this engineering really matter to you in your actual daily life? Let's bring it all home. Honestly, the real payoff is freedom. It's a smaller utility bill every single month because of an efficient design and a right-sized HVAC system. It means less time and less money spent on maintenance. It means less space to clean. And that all adds up to more time, more money, and more freedom for the things you actually want to do with your life.
And that really is the bottom line, isn't it? Smart design transforms a house from just a shelter into a genuine, life-enhancing asset. It proves that the quality of your space is never measured in square feet. It's measured in the intelligence of its design. So maybe the final question we should ask ourselves is, are we just building houses, or are we engineering a better way to live?